Welcome back. Thank you for everyone who tuned in to our morning show. But now we have two other special guests, including Mr. Dee Bradley Baker, who's sitting here right now. He's been making.
Go on.
He's been making like voice actors are so amazing because you guys can just do things with sound that I never think humans can do.
Well, we're insecure show-offs, all of us, and so we need the attention, and so we do that.
I mean, I hear especially the other person off camera is like a huge show-off. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? See, he has to be heard even when he's not seen. Steve Bloom is also in the house today, so let's give a round of applause for him. But we're letting Dee kind of start off the show. Or that.
It's my animated brother from another mother.
There you go. So if you guys aren't familiar, because you're mostly hearing him and not seeing him, Dee here is the voice of the clones, including Rex, Cody, any other clone that has a name.
Any clone you want to talk about, that's me, all the clones.
I'm just going to keep doing my face the whole time because I'm just going to...
You like the clones?
Yes. And then he's also the voice of Bosk. And in Battlefront...
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't tell me who you are in my notes in Battlefront. So
in Battlefront, I think I'm Bosk, but at the Battlefront 2 that just came out, I'm all the clones. The clones are all back in force. And there's a lot of clones.
It was my time.
Oh, nope. I don't care.
There's clones all over the place.
Who are you?
Thousands of clones.
Dee and Steve are going to be hanging out in the show today, so you can feel free to ask them questions. We have YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook all up and running. We have Dennis as actually in YouTube. Our atomic blonde John Wick had to be on a top secret mission, so he can't. Yeah, he could not be in part 2 of the live show. And then, of course, Kitty Pryde is hanging out in Facebook. So
who is she? We don't know.
We don't know. She's very mysterious. She can phase in and out of things.
We will never know.
She has phases. So Dee and Steve have unboxings to help us with, and we will be giving everything that they unbox away at sideshow.com/live contest. So we have a Bosk for Bosk to unbosk. And Steve, of course, is going to be unboxing a Wolverine because So we'll be taking questions throughout the show, so be sure to ask away. And, similar rules apply. It's a PG-13 show. So there you go.
What does that mean anymore?
I don't know. But I think we have a video break while we grab some of your...
My what?
Some of your props.
My props.
Some of your props.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Grabbing my props.
We have a video break, so we'll be right back. You're watching Sideshow Live. And we're back! What? Oh my gosh. I can't get enough of all the sound effects happening in this room right now. It's amazing. So,
there's another one.
There's another one. I don't know that Boba Fett makes that noise though.
No, he's not. Boba Fett doesn't mess around like that. He's a pretty straight ahead guy.
Yeah.
And
I would, and a dad.
He's a dad and a straight ahead kind of guy, not messing around with Boba Fett. No.
So this is our Boba Fett premium format figure.
It's completely realistic. It's spectacular.
I was going to say, I just wanted to put it in front of you to see your genuine reaction to it, because we don't necessarily we see the whole process, but you're just seeing this.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So Boba Fett here is a mixed media statue, and it has highly detailed fabric elements to him as well as, sculpt. And he is meant to be kind of the gunslinger Boba look, like as in Jabba's palace, and he has a Jabba-themed base from Return of the Jedi. This is kind of him.
Wish. That kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So he's about to ship now. So if you guys all go to sideshow.com/buyfett, you can order him, and he's shipping like this month.
I think it's available now.
No, yeah, right? Because so he'd be shipping out now if you go to sideshow.com/buyfett. But right now we have so many questions for Dee that I feel like Boba's almost taking a back seat, as cool as this figure is. The question for Dee is, how long do you typically spend in a studio recording, and how many episodes do they typically record at the same time?
Of which show?
See? Remember how I asked you guys for specifics? Of which show?
I'm sorry, I'm being a jerk.
No,
well, generally speaking, in voiceovers, you're going to be in the studio anywhere from 10 minutes or to possibly 4 hours, although typically it's not that long. Huh. It's usually done in a more compact kind of way, and depends if you have the whole cast with you or if you're being individually recorded and then they kind of Frankenstein it together. They cobble it together later. So it's different every show, and with even different episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw a question that I'm particularly fond of, and that's, how do you approach doing a different but similar voice for the clones? Because each clone has its own voice and its own personality.
Yeah.
So,
well, Dave Filoni and I, we worked out. We had kind of a triangle of that. Like one of the points of it, one of the corners of it was status, and one was I can't remember what the other 3 points were. But each one, before we would read through the script, we would define essentially that character's kind of age and status and their angle on things. If they were a heavier, more aggressive clone, or if they were newer, or they were younger, and if there are any particular characteristics that you could maybe describe with an adjective or two.
Like, oh my god, I'm totally blanking on the clone who worked he was like the older clone that there was something wrong with him.
Oh, 99.
Yes! Yeah.
Beginning of season 3, I think.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite clones.
Yeah, because he was like, how did you get him out of, like, I'm fangirling out right now because and so I can't speak. He's
he's really, I mean, the key comes from the script. It starts with the script and kind of what they intended this character to be. In his case, he's older, but he's not feeble. He's actually, as it turns out, quite competent and heroic,
and has skills that most of the other clones don't have.
Yeah,
because he's had to go through different life experience than they do.
Yeah, and so he's like this old, kind of wise, kind, but still competent and capable character. And so you have to dial in something that makes him sound a little older, maybe a little softer, more eager to help and eager to please, but still willing to step up and sacrifice himself and to do what he needs to do to move the cause to the finish line, which he does, heroically and tragically.
Oh my God.
He has he's one of the great kind of heartbreaking
so many feels.
Clone deaths stories of the whole series. One of my very favorite clones is 99.
Yeah.
Love him to pieces.
I think you remember because I texted you after I watched that episode for the first time, and I was like texting you in tears about it. You guys are hearing a lot about all the things I cry about today.
Yeah.
Earlier today we were talking about how I cry about concept art because I see concept art for a statue and I'm just like so moved by it that I just start crying.
But it should do that. This is not just pretty pictures and crazy characters, but these are things that should touch you and that should impact you and speak to you. And they do. I mean, that's something I've come to see. I never did a fan convention until Clone Wars. That was my first one. And that's when I really came to see how much the things that we make and the characters that we create, that we help create, that voice actors help create, it's a collaborative process. We're just part of it. We're not all of it. But how much that touches people and how much that means to people. And that's not just, the stereotypical convention fan, but this is families, this is people in the military, this is regular people who just really latch onto a character or a show or even a scene or a song from a show, and it can get them through a really tough time in their life. It can be part of the glue that holds their family together. It can be all of these things that are like signposts and things to aspire to in their life. And that's what we bring with these characters. That is the heart that really grabs onto you of what these characters are, I think. And that's why these things endure. That's why they just don't slide away. That's why Star Wars is stronger than it's ever been. I mean, I'm envious of those who are Star Wars fans these days, because you get a new Star Wars movie every year, plus there's a television series going on, plus, all sorts of literature and everything else. And man, when I was a kid into this, you had to wait a number of years before another one came around the bend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I think everybody in the room can completely agree with everything you just said. We're all like, should we clap yet? Should we clap? Like you just kind of nailed it. Yeah.
Mark on Facebook wants to know, do you ever use any props or special techniques to help you get into character?
Props or special techniques to get into character. I can't say that I do. The props or special techniques is to look at the script and then to look at the artwork, if there's any artwork. That can be really helpful. And then ultimately just talk to the show creator, the creative decision maker who is directing the session. And then from that, you triangulate the tone and the beat that needs to be hit with the character. And so, as I said before, I think it's easy to like see us up on a panel and think, oh, there's the character. It's like, that is the voice, that is the performance that generates the character. But there's a lot of collaboration that goes into bringing that voice to life, and in addition to the visuals and everything else that's going on. So there's really an army that creates any of the characters that we are so happy to be involved with. Yeah.
Show them how you play your face.
How I play my face?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, I'm being asked to show how I play my face.
I don't know what that means, but I want to see it.
Well, boys and girls, the face is like an instrument that you can play at home. It's just something that you start messing with the chambers and the pockets and the flesh of the face. You can start with the interior, where of course you've got your voice, which like that, but you can also use parts of the inside of your voice, like like that, where that's all with an inhale, and you can find places to put that, and then you can also modify it in addition by you can start way up high in your sinuses, and then you give it a larger resonance by blocking off the column of air by plugging my nose. So instead of it's a like that. So it's a bigger, more horrifying sound. And then, if you choose, if it's appropriate to the character, you can like dial in various like you can dial in the uvula as that. I sometimes will dial in the uvula.
Hashtag dial in the uvula.
Now this, in a week or two, this will probably be something that's not appropriate anymore, that you can't do. But for now, you can make a to a like that. So you've got a whole nother thing flapping around in there that's modifying the performance.
The chat is exploding right now.
You can try
I'm
this.
exploding right
You can
now.
try this at home. So the same thing works with an inhale. If you want to do like a creature roar or a monster roar, I'd prefer to do it with an inhale voice because it hurts my voice less. To go like that actually feels good to me. But so if you want like a T-Rex or something that's going like that, or you want it even bigger, you go. You can. It's.
This is amazing.
See, I'm just taking it over. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
See, if you ask the jester to show off,
That's
the jester's
so
going to just go to town. So I'm.
Well, someone was asking about creatures that you voiced before, and I think we just kind of answered that question with sort of like a active demonstration.
Yeah, for instance, with the uvula with Momo. And,
That's who they were asking about, Momo.
Oh, right. Well, that's done with an inhale with a... like that. I think we just need to train the camera on you. You're like one of those YouTube videos where just like, this is what I look like when I'm doing this thing.
Oh my god.
That's the show.
No.
And then with Perry the Platypus, that's an exhale, but it's also using the uvula, boys and girls. It's a
So
like
I
that.
didn't realize until just this moment that you voiced Perry the Platypus.
Yes. I'm Perry the Platypus.
Oh my god.
Perry the Platypus was the most amount of money for the least amount of work I've ever done, or ever will do. That took about half a minute worth of work they just put it in every single show. But yeah, so there again, I'm looking at the artwork and kind of looking at the character of the creature, and then just trying to dial in something that delivers that without damaging me. And that's what I do. That's a lot of what I do, is that kind of weird.
And when did you realize that you could do all this?
Well, I've always liked doing weird things on a stage. I mean, I like, doing a show and speaking words and singing. I like doing that too. But when I started doing stand-up and improv, I tended more towards doing character and then stuff that was just a vocalization or weird sounds, like a like a baby crying, or I mean, part of what I used to do, I do a giant praying mantis singing Mozart. I just do weird vocal stuff. And I just did it because I thought it was fun and stupid, and people would laugh and point. But it brought me no money. It brought me no gain, other than just, vanity. But once I came out here and was kind of a comedic actor and started doing voiceovers, which I think suited me because I like jumping into different characters, that I saw that there was a need for creatures and animals and monsters and things. And I like pushing myself to do weird stuff. And I've seen a lot of monster movies, and I like animals a lot, and I like biology. I thought I was might be like a bio major or a pre-med major in college. And so it just kind of that kind of line of work fit with what I like to do and how I think of the world. And so I just started practicing sounds for that and discovering things I can do that could be useful as a performer, as a performance. So I have control over it and can give it range of expression. And that's what I'm brought in to do.
Wow. And Zach Lewis is asking, what character or sound are you really good at doing but haven't had the opportunity to do yet? I mean, look at his IMDb page. He's had, he's done a lot.
What would I like to do?
Yeah.
What would I like to do that I haven't had a chance to do yet? I'm not sure. I actually don't. Maybe I'm more passive than I should be, but I just kind of take what they throw at me and try to be ready to roll with whatever it is that is needed. So I'm constantly working on sounds and adding performance angles that can just have a broader palette from which to paint, is kind of how I think of it. But I'm not really angling towards anything in particular, because a lot of that, if you're thinking about it, it's like, I'd really like to do Bullwinkle, or I'd really like to do a particular voice, and I don't really want to do that in particular. I want to do something that's unexpected or new or unprecedented. I think I'd rather do that.
There you go. And then you'll have to find a new way to Play
Yeah.
your face.
Yeah. Yes. To play my face.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Do you want to
Yes.
unbosk your boss?
Yes. Oh, cool.
So I think he's good to go.
Okay.
Oh, you're just going to move Boba Fett in case. By the way, someone was asking if they can have this Captain Rex. This is my Captain Rex,
Oh.
like from my desk, so you absolutely cannot have it.
Aw.
So how did you approach Bosk now that we're on Bosk?
Well, Bosk was, here we go.
That's how you see
to show
him.
how this works.
So I'll do this
Very
part for
delicate.
you.
You see, you know how to do this well. I don't like bend his,
There you go.
his armor or anything.
Now you're good.
Well, Bosk had precious little that was said before Clone Wars, actually, and so I would listen to what they showed. He just seemed kind of grumpy and would growl and make growly sounds, but didn't really talk a lot. So I'm just going with something that's lizard-like, that's hissy, that's going to have a little bit of the back of the tongue against a soft palate kind of a thing, but give you something that's also, oh, look at that beautiful articulation. I love that.
And he has swap out hands.
Oh, he's got fighter claws, or you can high five him.
And gun holding claws for his.
Oh, okay. He's got guns. He's got. Man, I wish I had swap out claws. I wish I had a lot of swap out. Well, I'm not gonna get into that. Anyway,
This show is
feet.
live.
I wish I had swap out feet. That's what I wish I had. Look at that.
Ooh, yeah. He has a lot of points of articulation,
like,
so
Hello.
yeah, he's all of a sudden going to turn on you. That's
Hello, Barbie. Want to go hunt some swamp rats or something?
Womp rats.
Womp rats.
There you go.
I'm just overtaken by the.
So he is available on our site right now. Not D. Bosk is.
It hasn't come to that yet.
No. Though we probably are going to be taking all your sounds, and I want them as my various ringtones. So that's going to be happening. Yes?
All right.
Yes, guys?
I'm going to be appified today.
Someone was asking about Appa in the comments.
Appa? An Appa? An Appa app?
Appa?
An Appa app?
An Appa app. Oh my god.
That's my Appa. Love Appa. He's one of my. Did you like Appa?
Yes.
Apparently? Yeah.
Yes.
Appa's Last Days?
Very much.
When he was lost with that one episode? Wasn't that heartbreaking?
He's like gonna make me cry on camera like it's gonna happen. I didn't realize he did Perry and Momo and Appa and like all these little animals that I attached to on cartoons.
I like to do little animals.
Yep. Cool. It's fine. So Bosk is available right now on our site at sideshow.com/buybosk, or you can win this one right now at sideshow.com/live contest. So you can win the exact one that Dee is playing with right now.
It's got my finger oil all over it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. All his finger oil.
It's no longer pristine.
Now someone's asking if you collect anything. Do you collect anything personally?
I wouldn't call myself a collector, but I like to amass items of
I think that's
interest.
called a hoarder.
Okay, I'm a hoarder. I like to hoard things. But it's not like I never go like to have an entire series of something. But if I see something I really like the Ray Harryhausen Cyclops, I got that from the Sinbad movies. I got that for myself from what's that place on Magnolia in Burbank that's really awesome?
Creature Features?
Creature Features, yeah. Creature Features. I got that for myself for Halloween and just have it on a shelf. Just, friends to have waving at me on my bookshelf.
Like, hey.
Hey, stop.